Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Hopefully having a great Tuesday. All right guys, earning season in full swing. Earning season is going in full swing. A lot of earning plays today. There's not a lot going on. We had a couple of losers in the morning, but huge Tesla trade was the trade of the day that really paid us well. We will discuss that. Let's start with a quick recap for anybody who's new to me, new to my YouTube, new to my community, or new to my Twitter or X. So all these recaps and all these teachings are either from anything that I discuss on YouTube, on previous videos, or any trade ideas I share on Twitter X, or mostly from my community. We trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Cloud that thousands of traders use to trade consistently. We trade a repeatable setup, same setups every day, be it a day trade, swing trade, or an investment. We always trade the same repeatable setups again and again that we can repeat for the life. So this is earning season. So earning seasons we have repeatable setups. Every morning, me and my team, we create a game plan for the day. What you see right in front of you was the game plan for today. We have news plays, earnings, upgrades, downgrades, index stocks. We have a support and resistance and initial bias that we prepare in the pre-market, and based upon that initial bias, we trade in at the open. We have the trades for the open, amateur trades. We have 10 a.m. setups. We have midday setups, power hour setups. So every setup is unique and based upon certain variables and criteria to be met, and that's how we trade every day in the stock market, trying to find opportunities to lose small and win big. We also provide daily levels, support levels for index stocks, SPY, QQQ, IWM, Netflix, Boeing, Amazon, all those. We do provide also levels for crypto stocks in addition to that. We also started trading futures trading now. The futures levels are provided to the community members as well, so that they can use Ripster EMA Cloud System to trade futures as well. In addition, we also have IPO stocks, low floats. So we also have a low float room where, and low float watch list as well, where traders trade the low float and smaller names as well. I'm on the voice first 2 to 3 hours of the market open, guiding the traders to the trade ideas and the setups. We also have bunch of scanners, 3-4 option scanners. We have stock scanners, we have breaking news alerts, we have support resistance alerts, and we have thousands of traders on our trading floor sharing trade ideas all day, trying to find the opportunities to lose less and win more, to have success in the stock market. We are a perfect one-stop community, number one education trading community, trading repeatable system, repeatable strategy, and tools we provide are worth 500-600 a month, which are free in the community. So that's the introduction, guys. I will show you my timestamp guidance. I cannot really show you my the recap of my verbal guidance, but I'm sure I will show you any alerts feed on my guidance to the community. Let's start. All right, let's start with Shop here today. So Shop was an amateur loser. So if you're new to me, understand that I have a concept called amateur and trend move. So this concept is very important, especially when you are trying to trade at the open. So amateur and the trend move. Amateur move is usually the first move, 10-12 minutes candle, and that can be very rewarding if amateur turns into the trend move, and sometimes it can be drastic failure if you're not watching your position. So let's look at here. So Shop was on our game plan today. Let's see here. So the Shop was on game plan. 119 was a support, 125 was the target. Bullish bias to long, breakout is 125, no go under 119. So the Shop opened at 120, so it was bullish open, and I was looking for this 125 breakout. So once it started to push, that's when ideally you have to want to long right away, and then you add into the breakout. And we have traded this many times, it's not the first time. So I said long confirmed versus 120 was our risk, breakout is over 125, but it kind of triple topped and right away flushed right back. So that was a loss right away of $2.5-3 right away when it flushed, and we have to stop out right under this 120 level. And that's when will happen when amateur moves happen, because amateur moves can turn into the other side pretty quick. And we know why it did it, because it was a failed move, right? If you waited for 10 minutes, you did much better. I like to trade amateur moves, and because if it's not working, I can go the short side, right? And then as soon as it failed, we stopped out, we took a loss. I told everyone, look for the short. And you see that 940, you look at the short. When it's flushing, you look for the short the pops versus this 120 MTF cloud. You short that pop, and I said that at 940, and from that we went on to fade from 119, 118 to the 115s, right? Decent $2 to $3 fade. So you could, we covered some of our loss from the morning move. But thing to understand here is that this was the amateur candle, and it always happens, and it was a triple top rejection. And that's fine. When we take this breakout trade, we accept that we can have a failed breakout, because we are not waiting for the trend move. So it's important to understand the difference between trend move and the amateur move when you're trading. And right when it reclaimed 512s, we were out, and you see we hit our MTF target almost there. We moved the stops down out of the short, right? So out of the shorts, right? So we were out of the short, and since we got out of the short, it bounced back. 512 push, held 512's MTF push, and went all the way back to 125s. You could very well long again here when we stopped out of the short, long here, and make your profits back, right? That was a decent $5 trade. That was a midday repeatable setup here on the shop. That was a loser. So it was a loser there, but you could definitely find a nice little midday trade as well on the curls that was on the shop. So let's go to the next one. But it's important to understand the trend versus amateur move. I see a lot of traders, they want to trade at the open, but they do not understand the trading the open concept. So next one we're going to look at is ALAB. ALAB was not my favorite setup, because it was, see, usually when I'm trying to long something, I am looking for I'm looking for the push over the pre-market highs. That's what I'm looking for. It should be higher over the MTFs, over the pre-market yesterday. Those are the best longs, so we saw what happened with we saw what happened with ALAB, the shop. And let's look at what happened with ALAB. ALAB is, we were looking for the long on the pullbacks. It was swiping back from the pullbacks. You see the clouds, it was going up, going up, going up, going up. So we were long on the pullbacks on versus the 100 psych trade, but it tried to push over the MTF clouds, and then it rejected again. And once that once it broke down, we were out. This trade, I mean, it was basically scratch trade. It was pulling back to that 99 area, pushing towards 103, pulling, right? So it was not going anywhere, because it's under the pre-market lows. And then you stop out on ALAB. So let's see here, failed. When it failed MTF right here, you see that it's failing MTF, you get out. This was your final time to get out. You did, till it was okay, because this was a support right here, big support, but it basically didn't do much. It was a flat trade, but the short was nice. You short it 100 psychological level. Let's look at the pre-market planning on ALAB. So the pre-market planning on ALAB was, let's see here where it goes, long over 100, short under it, right? Trade versus the MTF. So that was the plan, right? So that's why we were trying to long it. It did not work. MTF did not push. Yeah, and then finally, I know it made a little like nice head and shoulder kind of setup, but this break, and that's the short here versus 100, and you fade it all day back. So that's what ALAB. Good examples today. It's always understand the concept. Why was ALAB could not pull higher? Why the long does not work? And then why was this? Why was this became a short from this MTF cloud and this bearish fade? Because it's all about how the chart is looking. You just have to look at the chart. So they tried to hold it all day, but when finally it broke down, it just faded. You can see that it did not look back, and that was a short from the 100 later in the day. We were trying to long the 100 breakout, which we never really got, but you did get a nice short fade there. All right, so let's look at Tesla now, guys. So Tesla was pretty easy trade, and it was like a home run. It was a home run trade for us. Let's see how it was. Let's go back here, look at what Tesla was doing. Tesla has been a bearish trend since long time. I have talked about it as well. That how it's been on a bearish trend for a while since it broke this level, big support. It's been down, 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 down. Now it's coming to another support at 329. So there was no long. Let's look at our pre-market plan on Tesla. So let's see here. So you see the plan on Tesla was bearish bias to short as long as under 150. We are not saying, oh, Tesla is cheap, buy, buy, buy. We never do that. We follow the system. Doesn't matter Tesla has sold 70 bucks. Yes, one day it's going to bounce, one day it's going to have a green day, but even today we gave it a little chance to do that. But let's see here. OpenAI bid, Oppenheimer negative on the name, bearish bias to short as long as it's under 350. So that was the plan on Tesla, bearish bias to short as long as under 350. Clear plan given to everyone in the pre-market. And let's look what was happening here. So if you traded the amateur move, you got chopped. But interesting thing to note here is right of the MTF clouds, Tesla rejected right there. Then what we were trying to do with Tesla was we tried to long it 512 curls, you see here, but it was a C minus long. It's a C minus because we are trying to see if it can push, then we have a good entry, we can add into a position, and we need to see 512 holds, 3450 pushes, and we will use the 345 stops. The reason I was trying to long it because we were seeing some swipes and it was holding this level. And when it rejected this cloud here, I know it's not going anywhere. So I said it's staying heavy. You see that? Within 4 minutes, I could tell everybody it's staying heavy. And then at 9:59, within 7 minutes, 10 minutes, I told everybody exit. And then I told everybody short now, 512 short. Low of the day breaks, we go lower. 340, first target. 338, next target. Then we had 335s. Then I told everybody to roll into 330 profits because you need to maximize your trade. You don't even need to trade something else. You can trade the same thing. You're trading the Tesla options, they're going 100-300%. You're making 2-3 grand, take 500,000 out of it, put in the next option lotos, and make 100% on them. Just maximize as long as the trend doesn't change. So Tesla tried to curl, we stopped out of here and we were looking for the longs, and right away it dropped and right away it failed. When it fails, when the curl fails, it's even more bearish, guys. It's same like when it reclaims. Remember that when a curl fails, why it gets heavy? Because everybody's buyer here, buyer here, buyer here. They're looking for the curl push, but when the curl fails, everybody panics, they exit, then the shorts come, then more people exit under low of the day, more people stop out. So that's the psychology behind a move. So this was a failed curl on Tesla, right? And Tesla traded all day lows, 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 lows. And we've been trading on Tesla all day. You could trade TSLL options, you could trade TSLQ, anything, right? So you have to trade. So Tesla, if you want to look at, we had our 335 lotos. Even those lotos, 330 lotos went from $6 to $11, since we rolled it, and paid pretty well. And you can see that the lotos went like 300% today on Tesla. And you can see the timestamp guidance here, step-by-step guidance. And my thing on Tesla today was that I want to maximize the profit potential all the way down, because I don't really want to cut until the system says cut, and we keep moving the stops down, and when each of our target is being met, and we know the daily chart is bearish, we know there's a news game plan that we're gonna short it, right? You see, this is the game plan I gave. So we know that we can just trade this one stock, and we can, even if you short it late, like look here, when I said the short, we shorted it, we were trying to long, we short, right? You could short here too, that's good enough entry. And then you short here, you short the bear flags, first target 340, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it all the way. And yes, you cover here, but you see it failing, you can short again. You put your stops right over here. So these kind of trades, you can turn your $2,000 into $6,000. Yes, you lose in a trade, let's say like a morning trade, choppy like shop, but you can make 4 times more. So that's why you need to focus on the setup, the biggest setup, right? Look at the ATR. I was saying we have not, it traded 120% ATR. when people were asking me the target on Tesla, I said it will trade the full ATR. It's always use the ATR as your targets. Use the clouds to hold. You know, you have the system. Not a single person was long. We tried long here. That's fine. You know, $1, $2 loss, $2 loss. That's fine. You know, if you're trading 100 shares, you know, it fares like 15 bucks. You're making $1,500. You're risking $200. Who cares? That's a great risk reward with 100 shares. If you're trading shares, you need to start with small shares, because if the stock is going 50, 40, 50 bucks down and you are still not able to making money on the short, means you are not sizing according to the stock's move or stock's range, and you are not adjusting according to the system. Rather, you are trying to adjust the system according to you. That's not going to happen. All right, so monster trade, guys. All day guidance, pre-market planning, voice guidance, beautiful trade of the day for us, Tesla. Let's go to the next one. Next one we're going to discuss is, all right, let's start the next one. Next one we're going to discuss some of our other earning plays that we had. Let's look here at which one we're going to look at. Let's see here. LSCC. Let's look at LSCC here. See how did that one go. So LSCC. Let's see here what was the plan on LSCC. The plan on LSCC was let's go here. Bullish bias to long versus the clouds, right? So that was our initial plan on NSLA 61, 62, and 63. But when LSCC failed to hold that level, you see that level here, 61, 62, then it becomes a gap and crap short, right? So it's not able to hold that level, so you gap and crap short it, right? And I mentioned at 10 a.m. gap and crap, and even from that 10 a.m. mention, it crapped all the way from 60 bucks right to 58 bucks. So you could easily short that gap and crap. Just use the clouds, lose the we had a bullish bias, but that's fine. We need to change the bias as soon as it breaks the cloud and starts breaking down. You change the bias, and then we get a nice little fade. You trade that gap and crap, you risk 50 cents and you make $2 on the short side. So that's how you do it. There's some other earning plays as well today from the watch list. Marriott was another one. Let's look at what was Marriott doing. So let's see here. So let's look at what was the plan on Marriott today. So the plan on Marriott was pretty simple here. Bearish bias to short the pops on the clouds. That was the plan on Marriott. And Marriott was a short right away, but you see there's MTFs here. It was holding. Then it popped to the 512, and then it paved the 512s, and that's got you a midday short. It wasted your time all day, but if you really focused and you gave it a time to break the 512s, you got a nice short on Marriott right here under the MTF. Was a nice to almost $5-6 bucks short. You could trade it. Could short it right in the morning, but it chopped you right here in this area. But then you can buy the puts or the short right here on the 512s and make some back. So next one was PLTR, and PLTR was our short since morning. So let's see here. So PLTR, we watch it every day. We watch PLTR every day. It was on a day to set up. Daily was, so that was like that. So when I saw PLTR breaking that, when I saw that breaking the clouds right here, so that's when I gave the short. That is going to flush. It was a short right here. I mean, the good entry was right here, but it was definitely a short here, bouncing from pre-market lows, and I gave the MTF target. So this is the MTF, and if you see that, it really bottom ticked right to the MTF, right? So 110, 112 was my target. We hit 112, but we never hit 110. You see it held the MTFs. So that's something important to note, that how PLTR, why we target MTF clouds. It's so important to learn and remember that. But it was definitely a good short from 116. You just had to be a little patient all the way to 112s, make $4, $5 per share profit. But good entry was definitely right here. You can see the timestamp guidance. All right, so next one we're going to quickly look at is Coca-Cola and see how was Coca-Cola doing. Coca-Cola was also one of our top earning plays today. Let's see how that worked out here. Let's see Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola, I mean, it has very tight range, so I was not a big fan. Bullish bias to long, cautious of 512s. So Coca-Cola, when it broke, let's see, the trading is kind of sluggish today. So let's see here. So Coca-Cola, when it broke this 512, I said no go. It's a short, right? But it's like it's 20-30 cents. It's moved from 67 bucks to 60-40. Very small range. So it was a short from right here, 67 to the 66.50, 40-50 cents, and then it turned 512 longs. Remember, this is a B minus 512 short. This is not the A plus 3450 because it's still bullish and there's still a support here. So you see this support, understand the support resistance is not a myth, and that's how it's kind of worked right here and bounced from here. So that was Coca-Cola, nothing special. Let's go to the next one. So MACD was a day too long today. Well, let's see here. We were planning on the day two setup. So day two is a repeatable strategy. MACD was one of the top day two longs, long over 3450 reclaim, 306, 308 were resistances. So basically you long after this candle right here. And then we get our 310 breakouts. Our target was 313, 314. We didn't meet our target, but there was a decent trade from 308 level to 310, and you stop out right here at 310s. There was a bunch of other plays in the community today. BTC, Bitcoin was all day bearish, and MSTR was bearish, coin was bearish. So I mentioned the bear flag breakdown on BTC and coin. Let's see here if I can show you right, guys. Here, this is kind of yeah. So BTC, MSTR, they were all bearish, right? Because breaking the bear flag. So BTC was breaking this bear flag, MSTR was breaking this bear flag, coin was breaking the MTF clouds. So and you see the levels I gave in the pre-market on the cryptos, you can see that they broke all those support levels. So these were all easy shorts today in the community. You see that once Bitcoin is breaking the big 50 EMA, it's fading, and Bitcoin is breaking the 50 EMA on daily and 1 hour on daily, and MSTR is breaking the clouds and then bear flagging. So it was all, there was opportunities here as well, and nice little trades on those as well if you like to trade these names, MSTR and both coin, MSTR, Bitcoin, everything. Let's see what was happening with other names here on the so Mara, we can check Mara, similar name here. Yeah, Mara 2 as well. See the Mara is fading as well there. So that was all with the thing to note here is the MTF cloud, right? MTF cloud on the coin, MTF cloud on the MSTR, MTF cloud on the Bitcoin. So everything is respecting those MTF cloud, right? So everything is bearish. You can use those clouds to short it, okay? So that was nice. There's some other plays in the community. Humana was on our game plan. I didn't really focus in the morning because I was so focused on Tesla. And but you see that a lot of MTF above, only long if it reclaims those levels, right? 270, 280, 284. So you see that when Humana basically, when it rejected this MTF, it was a short. It was simply a gap and crap setup, guys. Simple, not even a gap and crap. Yes, it was gap and crap and then fade it all day. It was a $20 per share short, guys. It's $20 per share short. I mean, I don't know. I moved it down and I couldn't guide it. I was not really focused on that, but still I'm proud of many traders who executed these trades themselves. You see the guidance was pretty clear. 270 breaks, you are short. You do not long under the MTF clouds. You just buy the puts right away. Buy the puts here, put 270 and let it work. I mean, literally, Humana short that let's look at you can look at 275 puts or whatever. You look at where they went. Let's look at 270 puts, right? So even if you bought 270, if they're illiquid, but those puts went from $6 to $26, right? So those are some of the trades you can do on with earnings, with pretty confidence. All right, let's look at the market today. So what we're doing with the market? SPY QQQ. Let's see here, SPY QQQ. We were long. I mean, I can just show you here and quickly SPY QQQ. So SPY QQQ was a bullish move right at the open. You see this right here, right? This means it's long. right? And then VIX was breaking down. You, of course, you use the VIX strategy that I teach, and there's a gap. So whenever there's a gap, we have a chance of the gap fill. So I said longs are good, 512 longs. I gave the 512 longs right at the open. Then I also said we are holding, no reason to stop out. We are holding 512s. I still mentioned we are going to break the flag. The longs are okay. VIX is breaking 16. We should see higher. And NQ futures really paid well. SPY calls really paid well. QQQ really paid well. So those were the trades. Pretty easy. Although the Magnificent Seven and other kind of names were not good, but these names really paid well. SPY, QQQ, index stocks, in the futures. If you were trading them, let me see if I can show you here on the SPY. Okay, let's go here. Yeah. All right, maybe I can just show you right here, SPY. And it was all with the VIX as well, right? Whenever there's a gap. So here's the guidance. And not only that, we exited in the right time. This is where we exited, and then we avoided the rest of the move, because we closed, look where we closed the longs, and after that it faded downside. After that we're not interested, because we got the MTF breakout setup. We got the MTF breakout on QQQs. We got the MTF breakout on SPYs. This is a repeatable setup. You could do nothing today and just trade SPY, QQQ with the MTF clouds. So many concepts here. 512 curling, MTF breaking out, gap filling. This is a high confidence trade. And just to add to that, you have VIX. All these concepts you need to use: VIX, MTF clouds, 512 clouds, gap fill longs, and you could easily make this trade, right? I know we were flagging here for a bit, but that's when I said long okay right here as well. 1029, when I said that right here, the longs are okay, and since that it pushed higher as well. And I did give a 512 long earlier as well. We were waiting for Powell, but nothing really happened. Market held the Powell strength. Anyways guys, thank you so much. Take care. See you tomorrow.